Hello, and welcome. We are about to embark on a cinematic journey across a land of extraordinary diversity and timeless beauty, France. But this is not the France you think you know. We will not be lingering in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower, nor jostling for a glimpse of the Mona Lisa. Instead, we shall venture far from the well-trodden tourist trails, seeking out the secret corners and whispered legends that lie hidden within its heart. This is a story of discovery, of ancient stones and wild landscapes, of unique cultures that have thrived for centuries in quiet seclusion. Our expedition will take us to places where history is not merely confined to museums, but is etched into the very fabric of the streets, where nature has sculpted wonders of breathtaking scale, and where local traditions continue to flourish with vibrant authenticity. We will wander through villages that seem to have sprung from the pages of a fairy tale, navigate canyons of impossible turquoise, and island hop to shores untouched by time. This is an invitation to immerse yourself in the true soul of France, to taste its authentic flavors, and to connect with the spirit of its people. So, I invite you to join me. Let us cast aside the familiar guidebooks and set our sights on the horizon. Together, we will explore a France that is more intimate, more surprising, and infinitely more rewarding. This is a journey for the curious, for the adventurous, for all who believe that the greatest treasures are often found where we least expect them. Let us begin our exploration of France like never before. Our journey begins in the embrace of the Alps, where water and stone have lived in harmony for centuries. This is Annecy, a town cradled by mountains and kissed by the crystalline waters of its lake. Its story is one of resilience and reinvention. Once, the heart of the Counts of Geneva, its medieval old town, or Vieille Ville, is a labyrinth of pastel-painted houses and winding canals. The Thiou River, one of France's shortest, flows from the lake, weaving its way through the town, creating a liquid network that earned Annecy its enchanting nickname, the Venice of the Alps. The Palais de Lille, a 12th century fortress adrift in the river, stands as a silent sentinel to this rich past. To truly witness Annecy in its full glory, one must visit in the late spring or early summer. The days are long and warm. The alpine meadows are bursting with wildflowers, and the lake beckons for a swim or a gentle boat ride. This is the perfect season to find a canal-side cafe and indulge in the region's most famous culinary creation, tartiflette. This hearty gratin of potatoes, reblochon cheese, lardons, and onions is more than a meal. It is a taste of the mountain soul, a comforting embrace after a day of exploration. It is a dish that speaks of cold winters and the need for warmth and sustenance. Reaching this alpine jewel is surprisingly straightforward. High-speed trains from Paris or Lyon deliver you to the town's doorstep, making it an accessible escape from the urban sprawl. But Annecy's cultural heart beats strongest, not just in its history, but in its vibrant present. Each year, in late winter, the town transforms for its Venetian carnival. For 3 days, hundreds of masked figures in opulent costumes parade silently through the old town, their mysterious and elegant presence turning the cobbled streets into a grand, open-air theater. It is a spectacle of color and artistry, a truly magical experience. When you visit, be mindful that Annecy's charm is no longer a well-kept secret, especially in the peak summer months. To avoid the thickest crowds, explore the old town early in the morning, when the soft light catches the water and the streets are quiet. Remember, you are a guest in a living community. A simple bonjour when entering a shop or cafe is not just polite, it is a sign of respect for the local etiquette. Embrace the slower pace of life here, for that is where the true magic of Annecy is found, not in rushing from one site to another, but in simply being. We now travel east, to the borderlands of Alsace, a region where French and German cultures have intertwined to create something utterly unique. Here, nestled among rolling vineyards, lies Eguisheim. This is not just a village. It is a living masterpiece of medieval town planning. Its design is a marvel of concentric circles, with narrow cobbled streets spiraling outwards from a central chateau. Walking through Eguisheim is like stepping into a storybook, where every half-timbered house is painted in a different pastel hue, and every windowsill overflows with vibrant geraniums. It is a place that seems almost too perfect to be real. The best time to be captivated by Eguisheim's magic is during the late summer and early autumn. This is the season of the grape harvest, the vendanges, and the village comes alive with wine festivals. The air is filled with a festive spirit as locals and visitors alike celebrate the bounty of the land. This is your opportunity to sample the famous Alsace wines, the crisp Riesling, the aromatic Gewürztraminer, the delicate Pinot Blanc. These wines are a direct expression of the local terroir, each sip telling a story of the sun, the soil, and centuries of winemaking tradition. Getting to Eguisheim is a scenic journey in itself. From the nearby city of Strasbourg, a short train or bus ride takes you deep into the heart of the Alsace wine route. The village is small and best explored on foot, allowing you to appreciate the intricate details of its architecture and the explosion of color from its famous flower displays. Indeed, Eguisheim regularly wins national awards for its floral arrangements, a point of immense pride for its residents. The entire village becomes a collaborative garden, a testament to a community dedicated to beauty. A few practical tips can enhance your visit. While French is the official language, you may hear the local Alsatian dialect, which has Germanic roots. A few words in French will be greatly appreciated. Eguisheim can be a budget-friendly destination if you opt for picnics with fresh produce from local markets and stay in one of the charming gîtes or family-run guest houses. The true joy of Eguisheim is in its simplicity, wandering its circular lanes, admiring the flowers, and savoring a glass of local wine as the sun sets over the vineyards. Our journey now takes a dramatic turn south into the sun-drenched landscapes of Provence. Here, nature has carved a spectacle of raw power and astonishing beauty. The Verdon Gorge. Over millennia, the Verdon River, with its impossibly turquoise waters, has sliced through the limestone plateaus, creating Europe's largest canyon. Standing on the edge, looking down some 700 meters to the ribbon of water below, is a humbling experience. The scale is immense, a testament to the patient, relentless force of water against rock. It is a landscape that commands respect and inspires awe. The gorge reveals its most vibrant colors and offers the most pleasant conditions during the summer months. This is the prime season for descending into its depths and experiencing its majesty from the water level. Renting a kayak, a paddleboard, or a small electric boat allows you to navigate the serene, emerald waters at the canyon's entrance. Gliding beneath the towering cliffs, you enter a different world, a place of profound tranquility, where the only sounds are the dip of your paddle and the call of birds echoing off the rock walls. It is an immersive and unforgettable adventure. After a day of exertion, the surrounding region offers the rich and aromatic flavors of Provençal cuisine. Dishes here are infused with sunshine ratatouille, olive tapenade, and lamb seasoned with herbs de Provence. The area is also the heart of France's lavender production. In late June and early July, the nearby Valençol Plateau transforms into a rolling sea of purple, its fragrance perfuming the air for miles around. Many local farms host lavender festivals, celebrating the harvest with music, food, and demonstrations of traditional distillation. It is a feast for all the senses. Reaching this natural wonder is best done by car, with the city of Nice serving as the most common gateway. The drive itself is part of the experience, with two main routes, one along the North Rim and one along the South, each offering a succession of breathtaking viewpoints. Outdoor safety is paramount here. The sun can be intense, so bring plenty of water, sunscreen, and a hat. If hiking, stick to marked trails and be aware of changing weather conditions. The Verdon Gorge is a wild place, and by treating it with the caution and respect it deserves, you can unlock an experience of pure, untamed natural beauty. We travel to the sun-baked coast, where the Pyrenees mountains tumble into the Mediterranean Sea. Here lies Collioure, a small Catalan harbor town with a spirit as vibrant as its painted fishing boats. This is a place where light and color really reign supreme. For centuries, its strategic location was its defining feature, dominated by the imposing Chateau Royal. But in the early 20th century, a different kind of history was made here. In the summer of 1905, artists Henri Matisse and André Derain arrived, captivated by the intense, almost violent quality of the Mediterranean light. Their revolutionary use of bold, non-naturalistic colors to express emotion gave birth to a new art movement, Fauvism, the so-called wild beasts of painting. Collioure became their open-air studio, and today you can follow the Chemin du Fauvisme, a trail of picture frames placed exactly where the artists set up their easels, letting you see the view just as they did. Late spring is the perfect time to visit, when the summer crowds have yet to arrive. The weather is pleasantly warm, and the unique light that so inspired them is at its most luminous. Collioure's identity is also deeply tied to the sea, and specifically to one small fish, the anchovy. The town has a long and proud tradition of anchovy salting and packing, a craft passed down through generations. To visit a local saleur and sample these intensely flavorful delicacies is to taste the very essence of Collioure's maritime heritage. They are nothing like the mass-produced versions found elsewhere. They are a true local specialty, best enjoyed simply with bread, olive oil, and a glass of crisp local wine. The town is easily accessible by a short train journey from the nearby city of Perpignan, making it a perfect coastal escape. One of the highlights of the cultural calendar is the St. Vincent Festival in mid-August. This multi-day celebration honors the town's patron saint with processions, music, and a spectacular reenactment on the water, culminating in a magnificent firework display over the bay. When exploring, be sure to wander into the old sailors' quarter, the Mouret, with its narrow, flower-decked lanes. And don't miss the local market, a vibrant hub where you can find everything from fresh produce to local crafts. We now venture inland, to the dramatic landscape of the Dordogne Valley, a region of limestone cliffs and ancient history. Clinging precariously to the side of a sheer cliff face is one of France's most extraordinary sights, Rocamadour. This is not merely a village. It is a sacred sanctuary, a vertical pilgrimage site that seems to defy gravity itself. For over 1,000 years, pilgrims have journeyed here, drawn by tales of miracles and the revered statue of the Black Madonna, housed within the Chapelle Notre Dame. The story of Rocamadour is a tale of faith and endurance. Its name is said to derive from rock amateur, the lover of rock, believed to refer to the hermit Saint Amador, who first carved a dwelling into the cliff. The village is built in layers, the castle on top for defense, the churches and sanctuaries in the middle for worship, and the village below for sustenance. To ascend the Grand Escalier, the great staircase once climbed by pilgrims on their knees, is to walk in the footsteps of kings and saints, to feel the immense weight and power of centuries of devotion. The ideal time to experience Rocamadour's profound atmosphere is in the early autumn. The fierce summer heat has subsided, and the crowds of tourists have thinned, allowing for a more contemplative visit. The changing colors of the leaves in the Alzou Canyon below add another layer of beauty to the scene. This is also the season to savor the region's famous goat cheese, which shares the village's name. Rocamadour cheese is a small, creamy, and intensely flavorful disc, a protected AOP product that is a true taste of the local terroir. Rocamadour is best reached from the city of Toulouse, from where you can take a train and then a local bus or taxi. The journey through the rural landscape of the Lot department is part of the charm. In September, the village hosts the Montgolfiades, a spectacular hot air balloon festival, where dozens of balloons launch from the canyon floor at sunrise, drifting silently past the sacred cliffside. When visiting this holy site, respectful behavior is essential. Dress modestly when entering the chapels, speak in hushed tones, and be mindful that this is an active place of worship for many. Our journey now takes us to the heart of France, to a land of ancient volcanoes and vast green plateaus. This is the Auvergne, a region of rugged beauty and proud traditions. Perched at an altitude of 950 meters is the town of Salers, a remarkable testament to the power of its environment. The entire town is built from the dark, somber volcanic stone of the region, giving it a unique, almost fortress-like appearance. Walking its streets is like stepping back into the 16th century. Its magnificent Renaissance houses have remained virtually unchanged for 500 years. Salers owes its preservation to a period of isolation. Once a bustling administrative center, its importance waned, leaving it untouched by modern development. This isolation became its greatest asset, preserving its architectural integrity. The dark gray and black stone, hewn from the nearby Puy-Violent volcano, gives the town a stern but noble character. The main square, with its statue of the Auvergnat hero Tissandier d'Escousse, is surrounded by turreted mansions, their imposing facades a symbol of the wealth once generated by the region's powerful cattle trade. The best time to visit Salers is in the summer, when the high-altitude air is fresh and the surrounding Cantal Mountains are at their most green and inviting for hikers. This is also the time to taste the product that carries the town's name and its soul, Salers cheese. This is a magnificent, hard cheese made only from the milk of Salers cows that graze on the summer mountain pastures. It has a complex, earthy flavor that speaks of the wildflowers and herbs of the volcanic soil. It is a taste of the Auvergne itself. Reaching Salers requires a drive, most commonly from the city of Clermont-Ferrand. The journey is a scenic adventure, winding through the dramatic landscapes of the Parc Naturel Régional des Volcans d'Auvergne. Throughout the summer, the region hosts traditional cattle fairs, where the magnificent, lyre-horned Salers cows are judged and traded, a vibrant continuation of the town's historic economic life. When traveling in this rural area, be prepared for winding roads and a slower pace of life. Embrace it, for the rewards are immense. Stunning views, authentic encounters, and a deep connection to one of France's most untamed and beautiful regions. So, we now return to the coast, but this time, it's to seek refuge from it. Off the French Riviera, just a short ferry ride from the port of Hyères, there lies a trio of islands known as the Île d'Or, or the Golden Isles. The largest and, honestly, the most enchanting of these is Porquerolles. It's really the antithesis of the bustling, glamorous Riviera. Here, cars are almost entirely forbidden. The air is clean, scented with pine and eucalyptus, and, well, the only traffic jams you'll encounter are caused by cyclists pausing to admire the view. It's an island that's truly dedicated to the preservation of natural beauty. Porquerolles offers this stunning duality. The northern coast is lined with some of the most pristine beaches in France. With fine white sand and water so clear and turquoise, it honestly rivals the Caribbean. Plage Notre Dame, which was once voted the most beautiful beach in Europe, is a perfect crescent of sand backed by fragrant forests. The southern coast, by contrast, is wild and rugged, a dramatic landscape of steep cliffs, hidden creeks, or calanques, and breathtaking views over the open sea. This contrast makes the island a real paradise for both beach lovers and adventurous hikers. The best time to experience the island's tranquility is in the late spring, from May to early June or in September. During these months, the weather is idyllic, the flowers are in full bloom, and you can really enjoy the beaches and trails without the intense crowds of the peak summer season. Being an island, the local cuisine is, naturally, dominated by the sea. Freshly caught fish, grilled simply with olive oil and lemon, is a staple here. Enjoying a seafood lunch at a cafe in the sleepy main village is honestly one of the island's essential pleasures. The only way to reach Porquerolles is by ferry from the Giennes Peninsula, near Hyères. Once you're on the island, the best way to explore is by renting a bicycle from one of the shops in the village. This allows you to easily access the various beaches and trails at your own pace. In July, the island hosts a renowned jazz festival, where open-air concerts are held in magical locations, like the Fort of Saint-Agathe. As a visitor, it's crucial to embrace the island's eco-friendly ethos. Stick to the marked paths, carry all your rubbish back with you, and be extremely careful with fire. This is a protected national park, a fragile sanctuary that we all have a responsibility to preserve. Our path leads us north again, to a place where time itself seems to have been caught in a weaver's loom. Just a short distance from the bustling city of Lyon lies the medieval citadel of Pérouges, perched on a small hill overlooking the Ain River plain. This village is honestly one of the most perfectly preserved of its kind in all of France. To pass through its main gate, the Porte d'en Haut, is to leave the 21st century behind. The entire village is a maze of cobbled streets, lined with 15th and 16th century houses, many with original mullioned windows and timber frames. The history of Pérouges is one of industry and art. It was once a thriving community of weavers and artisans, whose prosperity is still visible in the quality of its stone houses. When the Industrial Revolution shifted textile production elsewhere, the village fell into decline and was nearly demolished. It was saved in the early 20th century by a committee of artists and local dignitaries who recognized its unique historical value. Thanks to their efforts, Pérouges stands today as a living museum, its authentic atmosphere making it a popular filming location for period dramas. The best time to wander these historic streets is in May, during the Printemps de Pérouges Music Festival, or on a quiet weekday in late spring when you can have the lanes almost to yourself. While here, you must try the local specialty, the galette de Pérouges. It is not a cake in the traditional sense, but a simple, delicious brioche dough, flattened into a disc, covered with butter and sugar, and baked until it is crisp and caramelized. It is often served with a glass of Bouguet Cerdon, a sparkling pink wine from the local region. Pérouges is an easy and rewarding day trip from Lyon, accessible by a short train ride followed by a pleasant walk. The village is small and entirely pedestrianized, so comfortable shoes are, for sure, essential for navigating the uneven cobblestones. Throughout the year, Pérouges hosts a variety of medieval festivals and reenactments, where the streets come alive, with knights, minstrels, and craftspeople demonstrating ancient skills. It is a place to be explored slowly, to let your imagination wander, and to appreciate the dedication of those who fought to save this incredible capsule of history. We return to the stunning Lot Valley, to another village that seems to defy gravity, but with a character all its own. This is Saint-Cirq-Lapopie, an eagle's nest of a village, perched dramatically on a cliff 100 meters above the river Lot. Voted the favorite village of the French. In a national poll, its beauty is, honestly, legendary. From its highest point, where the ruins of a feudal castle stand, the views are simply breathtaking, stretching out over the winding river and the green, wooded landscape of the Causse du Quercy Regional Natural Park. Saint-Cirq-Lapopie has a rich history tied to the Lapopie family of feudal lords, but its modern identity was forged by artists. After World War I, the post-surrealist poet André Breton discovered the village and fell under its spell, declaring he had stopped wanting to be anywhere else. His presence attracted a wave of other artists, painters and writers, who established their studios in the beautiful Gothic and Renaissance houses. Today, that artistic spirit is still very much alive, with numerous galleries and artisan workshops tucked into the steep, winding streets. To best appreciate the village's tranquil charm and avoid the summer crush, a visit in September is ideal. The light is softer, the air is mild, and the main tourist season is winding down, allowing for a more intimate experience. The Quercy region is famous for its walnuts, and you cannot leave without trying the local gâteau aux noix, a rich and moist walnut cake that is a true expression of the local harvest. It is the perfect treat after climbing the village's steep lanes. The village is most easily accessed from the nearby town of Collioure. You can drive, or for the more adventurous, hike or cycle along the stunning towpath carved into the cliff face alongside the river. A remarkable feat of 19th century engineering To avoid the crowds that flock here, especially on weekends, plan your visit for a weekday or arrive early in the morning. Take your time, peer into the artists' studios, and be sure to walk down to the river to look back up at the village. It is from this perspective that you truly grasp the improbable, magical beauty of Saint-Cirq-Lapopie. For our final destination, we journey to a landscape unlike any other in France, a place where Europe's second-largest river delta meets the sea. This is the Camargue, a vast, flat expanse of wetlands, salt marshes, and rice paddies. It is a raw and elemental land, shaped by the Rhône River, the Mediterranean wind known as the Mistral, and the sun. This is France's very own Wild West, a territory defined by its unique and resilient inhabitants, the iconic semi-wild white horses, and the elegant pink flamingos. The Camargue is a haven for wildlife. The horses, believed to be one of the oldest breeds in the world, roam freely through the marshes. Their white coats a stark contrast to the dark, brackish water. The region is also one of Europe's most important bird sanctuaries. It is the only nesting ground in France for the greater flamingo. And in spring, tens of thousands of these magnificent birds gather in the lagoons, creating a breathtaking spectacle of pink against the blue sky. It is a place of immense natural significance. The best time to witness this wildlife spectacle is in the spring, from April to June. The weather is pleasant, the mosquitoes are less active, and the birds are in their full breeding plumage. This is also the time to experience the unique culture of the Guardians, the Camargue's traditional cowboys, who manage the herds of horses and the region's distinctive black bulls. The local cuisine is hearty and reflects the landscape, with dishes like gardien de taureau, a rich bull meat stew, slow-cooked with red wine and herbs. The city of Arles, with its Roman heritage, serves as the main gateway to the Camargue. From there, you can explore by car, bicycle, or even on horseback for a truly immersive experience. In late May, the town of Sainte-Marie-de-la-Mer hosts a famous gypsy pilgrimage, a vibrant and colorful festival of faith and music. When observing wildlife, patience and respect are key. Use binoculars, keep a safe distance, and stay on designated paths to avoid disturbing the fragile ecosystem. The Camargue is a land of quiet drama and wild beauty, a fittingly untamed final stop on our journey. Our cinematic exploration of France's hidden gems comes to a close. From the alpine canals of Annecy to the wild marshes of the Camargue, we have journeyed through landscapes of incredible diversity and discovered stories etched in stone and soil. These 10 destinations are more than just beautiful places. They are living communities, each with a unique culture, a proud history, and an authentic soul. They are a powerful reminder that the heart of a country often beats strongest, far from the bustling crowds, in the quiet corners and whispered legends that await the curious traveler. I hope this journey has inspired you to look beyond the familiar and to add some of these extraordinary places to your own travel aspirations. When you do venture forth, I encourage you to do so with an open heart and a respectful spirit. Take the time to learn a few words of the local language, to taste the food that tells the story of the land, and to support the small, local businesses that are the lifeblood of these communities. Travel is a privilege, and our greatest reward is the connection we forge with the places and people we meet along the way. The world is full of wonders, many of them hidden just off the beaten path. If you share this passion for adventure, for discovery, and for deep cultural exploration, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. There are many more journeys to come, many more stories to tell, and many more hidden gems to uncover together. Thank you for joining me on this expedition through the secret heart of France. Until next time, travel well and stay curious.